Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And welcome to Satsang, dear ones. Happy to see you all. One of the things that's been interesting this morning, because myself in particular, but also Stanley and Rishi, we've been playing with our connections and so on for the last hour or hour and a half. So it's always interesting to watch in the mind what happens, when unexpected things pop up either in our minds or in our experience. Our nature, as you all know, is silence. The foundation of all experience is silence. The experience of both emptiness and movement is rising in this emptiness which you are. When unexpected things arise, unexpected events happen, there's this tendency to think that something real is happening, isn't there? And to become engaged in it, not from the recognition of silence, but out of the belief that there is a me which something is happening to. So on mornings like this morning, it's always fun to notice the way that the mind wants to move into that space that something is happening. And this can happen with both unpleasant things and with pleasant things and with occurrences that are neutral, such as just sitting here trying to fix all of the connections and get everybody involved. There can be this impression that something is happening, or that something is happening to me. And of course, this is the foundation of the inquiry, isn't it? That when these events are happening, we use them to ask ourselves, is there really a me here? And is there any kind of permanence or meaning to the spontaneous arising of events? Once we recognize our nature as being consciousness or silence, these two names are synonymous, we're able to just flow through whatever events are arising, whatever is happening in body, mind, or world, whatever is rising in time frames of past, present, or future. We're just able to flow with them. Ride the waves, if you will, like a surfer. Because we know our direct perception is that the foundation of everything, created and uncreated, born and not born, is this silence. And we recognize that this nature that we have as silence is that which is completely unmoved by the activity of body, mind, and world. This is not to say that the activity of body, mind, and world has no value. It's simply to say that you are not that. That this is the flowing of mind into manifestation. and back again. But the foundation out of which all of these movies, if you will, rise, the background on which the movie of your life is playing, the screen, is consciousness itself. This silence, which is your nature. So to put it very simply, the inquiry and the practice of inquiry beyond its word form being who am I aware, I am aware, and so on. That's its word form. Its form beyond that, if it has a form, is to just keep returning over and over, allowing what's rising to rise, being with it during the time that it's here, allowing it to go, just as you would if you were sitting in a movie theater watching a movie. You don't cling to what's on the screen. You just let the movie go. You let it flow, you respond, you have your emotions, you get engaged, you withdraw. The scene moves on, new characters come, old characters go, new story arcs begin to form, they last a while and they fall. The whole while, as we're engaged with this scene on the movie screen, the screen itself is unaffected. This is the nature of consciousness, of the silence that I'm speaking about. This silence is the ever-present foundation on which all of your experience is happening and in which it's arising. Therefore, it can be said that emptiness is this silence, activity is this silence, coming and going is this silence. The nature of the world is silence. No matter how noisy it gets, your nature is this silence, being, consciousness, and you are that. So as we sit together in satsang like this, our collective energy, our collective joining together helps to generate a strong field of this silence or being. In the Bible, Jesus said, "Whenever two or more of you are gathered in my name, there I am." This is very much the same. When we come together in satsang, even when we come together feeling at that moment, oh, I'm not very still at all. I don't have much presence this morning. My mind is chaotic and distracted. Even when that's going on for us, even when we step into the satsang room, which is spread around the whole planet, we come together in this moment of silence. And in doing that, our cares fall away a little bit. Our minds quiet down a little bit. And we support one another in this recognition that the foundation of all of our existence is silence, being, consciousness. And in this way we support one another. We support the satsang. And from there we support the whole world in the recognition of being, consciousness. And then hopefully over time, sooner rather than later, you come to understand that this silence which you experience coming together in satsang, or when you sit quietly in nature, or in your own bedroom, this silence which you somehow can sense, even though you can't see it, it's not an object, it's a being, isn't it? And it's not only a beingness, it's also non-beingness. It encompasses everything. This silence, which you are, begins to permeate all of your experiences. And when I say permeate all of your experiences, what I'm pointing at is the fact that there is always this underlying recognition that nothing is ever really happening. This is the position of freedom, isn't it? If you recognize that you are silence, that this is the foundation of all that you are, and all of life, and all of the world, then you can dance in the freedom of your own being, whether the experience is pleasant or unpleasant or neutral. You can simply dance with whatever is here and remain silent when nothing is here. The silence is the same in emptiness and in form. The foundation is the same. Knowing this, you are free. Everything is free. You free the world, you free your experience. Everything can come and go as it needs to, as it's destined to do. Your recognition is always that you are being consciousness, the silence of deep knowing. This is your nature. Allow yourself, when no more words are spoken, to soak in this deep silence of your nature. Searching for nothing, seeking nothing. I am here. This knowing rises in you as joy, as love, as compassion. When nothing rises, or when the whole world comes to form. You are that which is aware of all this. Rest.